today's world, you need a one-year MBA program. 2 years is too much of time. Well, I chose Nyenrode because it's a one-year MBA. It's here in Europe, which is steeped in history and culture, and it's Holland, where everybody speaks English.
You know, an MBA is a big investment in terms of money, in terms of time. It also, to some extent, will separate you from your normal life, your family, your friends, and learning to excel in that type of stress is really what can make a difference at later stages in your life.
I was in Russia at the time when I was choosing a university to do my MBA, and I was always fascinated by Holland. How can a country of 15 to 16 million give birth to such fantastic multinationals that conquered the world in each and every industry that they are in? If you talk about Philips, you talk about Unilever.
I'd like to think that success in a career is also made up of success in life. And Nyenrode is really a place where you can experience all facets of life in a very intensive way.
I chose Nyenrode because of the small class size. We had 26 different nationalities with 53 people, plus it's pretty much in the center of Western Europe, and the beautiful surroundings of the campus.
When I talk to students, I always refer to them as being the alumni in training. It is so important for them, for their development, and also for their business contacts that they experience once they have started up creating their own enterprise, doing their business, making a career in the various businesses, that they know that the Nyenrodeans are there for them. Nyenrode has something like 17,000 alumni, and they know where to find one another all over the globe.
Well, in the Dutch scene, I think it's very unique because we are the only private university in the Netherlands. We are truly a university. That's why we call Nyenrode Business Universiteit. Everybody thinks that's odd, but it's just to emphasize the fact that we are, to Dutch law, an universiteit, university. We call it Business Universiteit, again, to separate it from everything else.
All the other Dutch universities are government funded, and they are government driven, if you like. So they have to exist whether they like it or not, so to speak. Whereas, of course, an institution like Nyenrode should exist if there is a commitment of people, and that, for instance, is alumni, if there is commitment of people who really think this is necessary and we should do this because it's different, then there is a future. And that is the case even more now that we have so much more involvement of alumni and of the business community of this country in this school.
In our MBA program, when we have more than 60% of the students coming from all over the world, basically they add variety to the classroom. Variety in terms of culture, variety in terms of a whole lot of other dimensions.
And because of the selection at the gate, we have the best students in the field of the potential business leaders and in the field of international business.
The international element of what we teach is in all courses. For example, I'm teaching offshoring, which means the relocation of activities of companies to foreign locations. And basically what we do there is confront students with real-life cases where they see the, let's say, the local, the domestic market, but more importantly perhaps where they see how it is to operate on a foreign market. So that's why it is of great added value that you have students from all over the world gathering together here and to discuss this issue. For example, we did this with the IMBA, the International MBA class, actually this summer. And the interesting case is that we have students indeed from India, from China, discussing, and from Russia and many other countries, discussing with some Dutch local students on how this issue evolves. Different perspectives on the labor market, or what are the interesting countries? Are it the BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, or are there other countries that are even more emerging than the so-called BRICS?
Before I became a professor of entrepreneurship, I was an entrepreneur, and I was driven more than driven by money. I was driven by wanting to do this, wanting to have this experience. So it's more than just money.
we are in the Rose Garden now. It's one of the most beautiful spots on campus. Practically, this is your home for a year. Nyenrode has this policy of encouraging all students to live on campus. So, you know, it's 24/7. You don't only study in the classrooms, but you live together with your classmates. You walk into their homes, you know, in the middle of the night if the lights is on. Your Chinese friend will give you Chinese food. You meet your Indian friend, you get the Indian food. And you build up friendships that last a lifetime, or in fact longer than a lifetime. I bet my kids will be friends with the kids of my friends from here. And that's really something.
The best thing that I used was the alumni network. I got my first job thanks to the Nyenrode alumni. In fact, the first job I got was with a Dutch company called Van Mel. And my boss and my boss's boss, they both were Nyenrodians. But that's a coincidence in a way, because I was selected on campus interview. And I went to Brazil, and then to Switzerland, and then last year I came back to Holland.
The alumni over here is great. They're very interactive. Whenever you want to meet them, talk to them, well, they're always available. They will always give you a good hearing, and more than just asking them for, say, can you give me a job, please? You should ask them, well, can you guide me, please? Can you be a mentor? That's better. Maybe they will try to find a suitable mixture between your skills, your plus points, and what the business environment wants. There's no point just getting a job for the job's sake.
And we did a lot of things together, from cultural evenings to every Friday going to Amsterdam with the class, having dinners. We went on a skiing trip, we went on a sailing weekend in Friesland. We did many things and we had a lot of fun, yeah.
It's a small campus, it's a big heart. I have a lot of fun talking to all the Nyenrodians, and I love to be here.